The World Cup for mountain running is a collection of the most scenic races together with the top-level competition. Points are given based on the finishing order of each race to determine who are going to be the men's and women's World Cup champ. The first race took place at the Glockner Beloff in Austria. Now, in its 20th years, it races beneath Austria's highest mountain, the Glockner. Local runner Andrea Maier starts as a hot favorite for the women's race, also for the overall title possibility. While in the men's race, it's a more open affair with the past winner from Kenya, Geoffrey Ndungu, expected to be challenged by Francesco Puppi from Italy and Andrew Douglas from Great Britain. They will need to watch out for the Czech runner Jan Janun this season as well. But it is German runner Anton Polzer in the white and black shorts and singlet who is going to be the biggest threat to the Kenyan dominance of this race's recent history on today. A pack of 3 Kenyan runners are pushing hard on the first 2 kilometers road section. Here you can see Polzer saving some energy to push on the steeper uphill parts deeper into the 13th race kilometer. (1,200 runners take on the challenge of the mountain running race, but the weekend also provides a chance to race a bike up on the road nearby. And there is a combined category taking the time of both running and cycling competitions. The course rises almost 1,500 meters in altitude to the finish line at the Franz Josef Höhe, the final kilometer being the toughest of all running up from the glacier valley. It's unusual to have the top 2 runners still so close together going into this last kilometer of race. Anton Polzer now still only a few meters back from Geoffrey Ngungu. It's a unique race with this zigzag climb. You can see the next runner in front, but it's always difficult to summon more energy to catch him. The victory could have gone either way, but in the last 300 meters, Ndungus is surging ahead, and it looks like Polzer has nothing to left to respond. Italy's Francesco Puppi has had a good race to kickstart his 2018 campaign, taking the 3rd place.
Winner ist im Ziel, jawohl, gebt ihm einen großen Applaus. Und hier da unten sind sie.
As expected, Andrea Maier is dominating this women's race with a start-to-finish victory. Here she is well into the final kilometer. The crowd support is exceptional here. The best 10 light runners are starting later in the morning than the bulk of the field, so all the others 1,100 finishers can cheer and watch the competition, having completed the same distance themselves. It's Kenya's Purity Gitonga who looks like she's going to take the 2nd place. She finishes in front of Pavla Shorna from Czech Republic. Final ranking of this first race is of course the overall provisional World Cup standing, and it's Ndungu and Meyer taking an early lead into next race, which will take place in Italy. Let's hear what the winners had to say.
Yeah, the race was very tough today, but I'm very proud because I was able to win, and I could realize that I can win the race until the last 100 meters because the air raid field was quite strong. But I'm very happy for the win and for the race. I know the course very much of this race, and I was always running behind the first one because I knew the last part it was much demanding. After the finish, I felt good, strong again, and I'm glad. I'm very happy for winning.
The race for me, it was really perfect. The weather is really the weather I love most when I participate in a mountain race. Yeah, it's not too hot, not too cold, not too slippery. It was just perfect. Yeah, I like the uphill very much. I really felt it was going easy. The downhill was a bit technical for me, but yeah, altogether it was a really nice race.
Moving on, we cross the border to Italy, and the new innovation for this year's World Cup is to bring a bigger variety of distance into it. The Piste 3 vertical race in Malonno, Italy fits exactly this idea. It's short in distance but big on elevation, so that 1,000 vertical meters of uphill in just 3.3 kilometers make it the steepest race in this year's circuit. Both male and female winners from the first race are here, as well as the second place finishers who will want to turn the tables on that result. So in the women's race, it's Andrea Maier taking on Gloria Gitonga again. But after a lackluster 7th place in Austria, it could be Italy's Valentina Belotti on home turf who could be Andrea's biggest threat. Valentina is a specialist on this style of short, steep racing. Andrea looks like she's moving confidently into the lead as they leave the town. Valentina is to the left on her in the light green, and it's Gloria Giudici in the red alongside her. Gloria was 6th in Austria. After 1 kilometer, Andrea has now broken away from the pack and is moving strongly. Valentina looks to be solid in 2nd place here. It's really steep, so walking can be the faster option. Andrea is now out of the trees and coming onto the final section. She's managed to run those 1,000 vertical meters in a time of 38 minutes and 11 seconds. A terrific effort and the race record. Valentina takes the 2nd place, but 4.5 minutes behind.
Al Piste 3 vertical. E lei va a tagliare in seconda posizione. Stretta di mano tra Maier e Belotti.
Ireland's Sarah McCormack gets the 3rd place. She's 37 seconds back from Valentina. The legs are really burning with lactic acid in this competition, but the runners recover quickly. And now the men are set to take up the challenge.
La gara maschile della Coppa del Mondo a Malonno, il Piste 3 Vertical 2019.
As with the women, Geoffrey Ndungu is here to add point to his tally in pursuit of overall World Cup victory. But it will be left to Francesco Puppi to challenge Geoffrey in the absence of Germany's Anton Polzer. Look for Hannes Bergman from Italy to give them a run for their money, as he's a specialist in this vertical kilometer running. Hannes is running in the yellow singlet today. Puppi is broken away from Bergman and Ndungu, and he takes the win in 34 minutes 51 seconds. in front of Bergman in second by 24 seconds. It's up to Ndungu countryman Timothy Kirui to round out the podium today a further 30 seconds back. Ndungu could only manage fourth today, but is in for the long game to score solid points toward the overall classification. So here's your top three in the women's race: Meyer, Belotti and McCormick, with Meyer having scored maximum points in the first two races. Men's winners are Puppi, Bergman and Kirui. Let's hear what the winners had to say.
So I'm very happy with the race. I had a good feeling from the start to the end. It was a very tough race, also because of the heat and the sun. But yeah, I like the atmosphere a lot. Also the atmosphere at the start and the music and all the spectators standing along the course and clapping the hands, and yeah, and also the finish. It's so hard, it's so steep. I've never run such a steep finish, but it's just very, very nice. Yeah, I'm very happy for Valentina that she got the second place. Yeah. I know Valentina for so many years now, and I know that 2 weeks ago she didn't have a good race at Glockner, and I'm very happy for her that she came back now. Yeah.
È stata una gara molto dura, oggi gli avversari mi hanno messo veramente alle corde e diciamo l'ho gestita un po' di esperienza perché questa è la quarta volta che faccio il pistri vertical, ho partecipato a tutte le edizioni. È una prova a cui sono particolarmente affezionato perché qua ho vinto il mio primo titolo italiano ed è anche una gara a me insomma molto congeniale. Fortunatamente oggi sono riuscito a fare la differenza sugli ultimi 10 minuti di gara, che sono un po' la parte chiave secondo me, in cui se si riesce a conservare col briciolo di energia per fare la differenza si riesce appunto a scappare via dagli avversari. E niente, è stata una grandissima emozione perché come vedete l'ambiente è stupendo e il pubblico era caldissimo, quindi senz'altro una giornata che ricorderò. È speciale perché Malonno è il paese della corsa in montagna, c'è poco da dire, certi luoghi sanno trasmettere emozioni particolari, sono pochi al mondo credo, ZINAL, Premana, Malonno mi vengono in mente. E, insomma, pensare che Pistri Vertical sia tra queste gare, insomma, nella Coppa del Mondo è stupendo, fantastico.
The circuit now heads to Switzerland just 1 week after the Pistri Vertical, and is to Valais region where the distance has been ramped up to 31 kilometers. It's a race with a long history, having 45 editions on the same track. 1,500 runners take to the start.
Et c'est parti pour cette 45e édition de la mythique course de 5000.
Today's race has Kilian Jornet from Spain going head-to-head with Joseph Gray of the USA and Scotland's Robbie Simpson. All three competing for the first time in this year's World Cup. Francesco Puppi and Timothy Kirui are here, and Francesco is joined by compatriot Marco De Gasperi, a winning here many times previously. The women's race sees the return to the competition for Kenya's Lucy Murigi. She is last year World Mountain Running Champion, finishing in front to Andrea Meyer in last season's standings. The race starts with a long steep climb before coming out to the fast and flowing terrain overlooking 5 of the area's 4,000 meters high mountains. The final section is a steep descent into the mountain village of ZINAL. It's Kilian Jornet who's sweeping to his 6th victory in the race in 2 hours and 31 minutes, earning his first points in the World Cup. Francesco Puppi delivers a 4th place result in this very competitive field. Pre-race favorite Joe Gray suffers in the second half and fades to 11th. Robbie Simpson comes second and is followed close behind by Kenya's Robert Surum. Lucy Murigi has been battling with Germany's Michelle Mayer since the start, but stretches out in the flatter section to record a comfortable victory in the end with Michelle in second place. Then it's a surprise third place position for local runner Simone Troxler. So it's Jornet, Simpson and Surum in the top three, but Puppi takes a big lead in the World Cup at this point. Murigi, Mayer and Troxler are on the women's podium, but Andrea Maier is still in the lead in the World Cup. Race winner Kilian Jornet talks about the race and what it means to him.
Well, ZINAL is, as always, like it's a deep field, it starts super strong and you need to run very fast. So today actually we started a big group at the beginning, all the uphill we were together, and from there actually we were with Robbie Simpson like fighting all the way, and I could take the lead in Hotel Waistcorn to come to the finish, and I'm very happy because I did my best time here, and it's always a pleasure with these views and with this ambience. I has been racing ZINAL for 8 times and actually winning 6 times, so I would say like I'm proud not only for the 6 victories, but to be here year after year. It's always something very special, and actually Ricardo Mejia was one of my heroes when I started running, and to be with him in this kind of record, it's something that I could never dream about.
The race was good, but not so easy. It was not easy, it's hard, but I tried my best, and I'm happy because I won again. Yes, last year I won, and today I also won, so it's my happiness. I won Sierra Sinaro. This is the 4th time here, and I'm happy too. During the race I was targeting the course record, but it was not possible. Yeah, I was trying to push, but I couldn't break the course record, but I hope next time I will break it. It is very, very beautiful race, and there was a lot of people cheering us, giving us morale, and if I feel I'm weak, when I had them cheering me, I feel strong. Yeah.
The World Cup then moved to Germany for round 4. Andrea Maier was back, but this time battling with Lucy Murigi, who had just defeated her at the World Championships. So it was sweet revenge for Andrea winning this race in front of Lucy in one of her favorite tracks. Third place was for Michelle Mayer, now coming into contention for the World Cup top 3 position. The men's race also saw a return back to the World Cup competition for Geoffrey Ndungu, who held out Francesco Puppi and Bernard De Matteis. It's looking like the title will be decided between Ndungu and Puppi for the overall at this point. So it's on to the final race of the World Cup in Slovenia at the ŠMARNA GORA, another old race with a 38-year history where the runners face an up, down and then an uphill finish. A newcomer on the World Cup in 2018, but backing up from a fine 5th place showing at the World Championships is John Bugge from Norway, who is showing the others a clean pair of heels, and he wins in a time of 42 minutes and 33 seconds. The Italian Bernard De Matteis pushed hard all the way, but he just can't close the gap in the final uphill. He's finishing his race in 2nd place, just 10 seconds behind Bugge. 3rd place here goes to Geoffrey Ndungu, and that result has sealed him in victory in the World Cup in front of Francesco Puppi, with Andrew Douglas 3rd in the overall competition. In the women's race, Andrea Maier is using her strong uphill running skills to get an advantage over the Kenyan Lucy Murigi, but it's a Kenyan who finishes the strongest and takes the race win in a time of 47 minutes and 51 seconds. It was also good enough for Lucy to move into second position in the World Cup. Maier finishes 11 seconds back in second, but she can now finally celebrate the overall victory in the World Cup. Sarah McCormack from Ireland proves that consistency is the key to a top World Cup placing, with a fine third place in this race as well as third place in the World Cup. So it's Bugge, De Matteis and Dungu filling the podium in Slovenia, while Murigi, Maier and McCormack are the top three on the women's side. Let's hear from the race winners Lucy Murigi and Johan Bugge.
The race was not easy race. It was very, very tough race because we are competing, two of us, me and Andrea. And Andrea, she is very strong when it reach, especially in uphill. And we are taking. She was taking lead in uphill, and me I'm taking leading on downhill. So we are exchanging that. And then after 3 kilometers, it was like a flat. And then I take reading, and when it's reaching uphill, I was a little bit distant between me and her, and she couldn't be able to cross the gap. Also in the finishing, when it's coming uphill, I was alone. So I won the race, but I was not expecting to win the race, but I'm very, very happy because I keep my mind very strong, and my heart was, I always say, I will not give up, I will try to push, because he also feeling and also feeling, and unfortunately I won the race. I'm very, very happy.
It was tough. I'm starting hard and trying to get a little gap before the downhill, because I'm not so strong in the downhills, but they catch me on the top, and they get a really good gap before me in the downhill, but in the finish, the last uphill, I felt strong, and then I catch them before we starting the uphill, and I felt strong, and I got the victory. So I'm happy.
So the 2018 overall men's World Cup title goes to Geoffrey Ndungu. Francesco Pupi gave him a close run, but came up short in the final 2 races, and Andrew Douglas is rewarded for his consistent results with the 3rd place. The World Cup title in 2018 for the women goes to Andrea Maier. She still had to work hard until the final race, but she led the pack throughout the season. Starting the season later than the others, but finishing very strongly, Lucy Murigi took maximum points at Sierra ZINAL and ŠMARNA GORA, and a 2nd place in Germany to finish 2nd in the World Cup, having competed in just 3 of the 5 races. Rounding out the podium is the Irish runner Sarah McCormack, who finished 3rd after a consistent last race in ŠMARNA GORA. We hope you can join us in 2019.